to the Lakeshow podcast. It's a weekly deep dive into the biggest stories and topics surrounding the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by my Spectrum SportsNet co-host Chris McGee and our Laker insider Mike Bresnahan.
Moore just did a very, very weak. Usually it's very like booming and no more what? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I noticed that. Felt a little weird rattling off my tongue. However, how are we doing?
Everything's good.
Life is good?
Pretty good.
Holidays are officially upon us.
We're here. We're in it.
I guess we've been in it with Thanksgiving.
Holidays are tiring, right?
I love when the studio is decorated.
Yeah. Looks good. Studio looks great.
They put a lot of thought and time into it. Several hours, apparently. Someone wants to come in. Come in.
Lakers are on a break.
Who is that over there?
They are.
Yeah.
Is it like fall break, winter break? What do you consider this for them?
No, it's more like Thanksgiving break. That's like, it's now a full week for Thanksgiving. Used to not be. It used to only be a few days when I was going to school, but it's more like that. You just get a few days off.
I feel like when we went to school, Geet, there were never time off. It was never time off. You get one day off for Thanksgiving. That was it. And
No.
Maybe
Really?
probably
No way.
off that Friday too.
No way. You got off Wednesday at noon. You had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
I feel like it was much more strict.
You definitely didn't go back to school Friday. There's no way.
Christmas break was between like the 24th.
I don't know what school you went to
and the
what
1st.
military school you're at.
I mean, now it's like, Thanksgiving, you get 2 weeks off. Have fun. Christmas break, holiday break, December break. It's like
month.
4 weeks. Yeah.
It is?
It's ridiculous.
Oh, you're talking about college.
College, high school?
No, not
maybe
high
a
school.
combo?
No,
What's high school?
I'm in it with
2
high
weeks?
school.
3 weeks?
No. Two for holiday break.
That's it?
1 week for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay.
And 1 week for.
But yeah, in
the
college
New
you get a
Year.
lot of time off, don't you? You're home the kids are home for a month.
Yeah, I
And
always
they
went
get
back.
another week in the new year. Ski week?
Yeah, there was ski week. What is that?
Listen, that's the
BS.
dumbest thing it created ever.
Yeah.
And
What is
it's
it?
only certain areas that have ski week, and it's because people go on vacation that week, and it hurts the school financially when you have absences. So people don't care about that. They're like, F you, we're going skiing. So they have to basically create this week. Other private school, this is a public school I'm dealing with. Private schools do it differently because they give you 2 weeks off for spring break.
Oh, see, we never had that. It was like 1 week and
me
you're
neither.
back.
Yep, I agree with that.
Kids go to school like 1/3 the time we went to school.
Yeah.
Back in the long time ago, Allie.
Long time ago.
Well, your dad was a principal. So
Educators or people in education tell you, and that are now parents will tell you that the ski week thing is the dumbest thing created ever because you come back to school, you come off of a break, right, in the holidays, and it takes you a while to get going again, and 1 month later you're already getting a week off again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kids just don't go to class anymore.
And by the way, who like skiing's not an easy thing to go do. Just so you know, it's pretty
Right.
expensive.
Most people
thing.
don't
so it's
ski,
kind of
right?
like very I don't know.
Yeah.
Ski week.
And they're done in like April these days.
called
It
Rage
used to be
Week
done
or
in
whatever.
June.
Called
It's
something different.
Ridiculous.
We're
Go to
obviously
school.
we're obviously talking about this because Geet mentioned a little bit of a break for the guys in terms of
I don't
games.
know how we got there, but
Really quick though, Brez, how many shoes do you have?
These are brand new. These just arrived today.
I know.
Yep. I needed some purple. Producer B More gave me a purple pair of shoes, and they were nice, but they were a half size too small.
when did you get the shoe bug? I forget. Was it 2 years ago?
Probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
And B More has been a guiding light in my shoeness.
Yeah.
Because my shoe game was like a D+, D as in David plus, maybe even a D minus, not a B plus, not a B minus. It was bad.
Yeah.
So it's been a long progressive.
It's
haul.
fun getting a new pair in it, Brez, when it comes
it's
to the
fun.
box.
Yeah. And I had so many shoes. I had to get like a special new rack that showed up in the house. There were a couple questions about that.
Do you
when that
clean them
happened.
like when you see them get dirty? Do you get upset?
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But yeah, it's been a steady diet of.
Is
new
there some that
shoes.
you will only wear for special occasions, or are you just like when you get them, you're like, I'm wearing this motherfucker?
Yeah, literally, this arrived 2 hours ago. It was a Black Friday purchase. Just arrived a little bit late on the shipping, right?
This mug.
I mean, that's like it's been a while since Black Friday.
What letter grade would you give your collection now?
Probably A minus. Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, the fuck. Oh, sorry. See, kids are saying that, Mama Mike, now. Do you know that? My kids are walking around saying that. The fuck. That's their new thing.
The TikTok challenge.
Yeah, what is that?
Did they get you with it?
That's a yes.
I like my little ones saying that word. They're almost finishing it too, and sometimes they get a little cocky and they finish it.
And then what do you do?
Dude, backhand. No, I'm just kidding. But in my day, that's what we all say. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Get this.
When you were in school, did people hit you when you were in high school?
Only when no.
Or hate?
Not high school,
Hit.
Yeah.
but we got hit in early elementary. Sister Donaldo was a big, ironically a nun, was a big ruler. Hit with the ruler. Yeah.
Were
She hit you with a ruler?
I just feel like,
Where?
dude, across like here, yeah. Brett Borker, my buddy in first grade, almost knocked out Sister Donaldo. He was going after her. We had to hold him back. He was only 7.
How often
he's
were
a
you
tough
getting
kid.
hit?
I mean, this is Catholic schools were.
Yeah, they were
They
tough.
were mean.
Yeah.
Dude, that priest. I saw a priest slap Christian Merrill.
What?
Oh yeah.
To knock him out?
Dude, Father Hackett, open hand slap Christian Merrill.
Wow.
I have so many thoughts.
Yeah.
How often were you hit with the ruler? Was that daily, weekly, monthly?
Just once in a while.
Yeah.
We messed around a lot, so she would come around.
Were you like snapping rubber
High
bands
school
at
never.
her?
No, you couldn't get away with that in high school. But
Yeah.
Oh,
Early
just
elementary.
pick on them when they couldn't defend themselves?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some bad people out
Literally.
there. Yeah.
Gosh.
Corporal punishment back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother once cussed. He got his mouth washed out with soap.
Lakers.
So that was, you don't want that ever. You don't want soap in your mouth. And if you cussed, you got your mouth washed out.
I got to be honest. I never had the soap in the mouth.
No, I'm sure it
belt.
tastes
Had
terrible.
the
I had a
belt.
belt.
Yeah, got the belt.
No.
No, actually, I didn't have a belt. I just had a hand.
Got the hand.
Yeah. 3 of them.
Can't do nothing now, Allie.
I would hit.
Hands free.
All right. I was going to say something about a ruler after the Laker-Miami game.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
That's probably not appropriate.
Transition?
So,
No, very sensitive subject.
yeah. But we're past that,
We are?
at least for the time being.
I mean,
Lakers snapped their 3-game losing streak,
Yeah.
which the Miami game was a part of it. 80 with 30 and 11. D'Lo, nice to see him get going last night. 28 and 14 dimes. Rui, 23, his season high. A few 3 balls. Lots of rest. Not a lot of practice, as we've learned,
Yeah.
for this week, even though
More
they don't play
rest.
again until Friday. They're going to practice once, get right day
I'm
on
supposed to go
Tuesday.
to practice Wednesday, so apparently they're practicing. That's the one day they're practicing.
Of course. Don't you just love that? And then, of course, Braun missing his first game last night.
Yeah.
But to see the team kind of do their thing. What are we at? A quarter of the way through now?
Guys,
A
Portland's
little bit
awful.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad basketball team.
Yeah.
Portland's not good.
Nope.
Yeah. They'll be absolute sellers in a month or two. They're going to jettison a bunch of people. They'll get a bunch of young guys, a bunch of draft picks. They're not going to win many games.
Brutal road trip.
Yeah. Bad road
That
trip.
was a brutal road trip.
Yeah.
Atlanta loss was tough. A lot of errors down the stretch.
When you have 2 games back-to-back where you lose by 70 points combined, the biggest point differential in your 76-year history.
Thanks for doing those post games, Allie. I did the pre games for those.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did the Atlanta game.
I did do the Atlanta game. You're right.
So that was more hard.
That's almost just as hard.
I did only the pregame for the one that was really the one where my phone
Miami.
people Miami.
Miami. 41
I mean, I was at a
loss.
banquet and yeah, it acted like by the amount of text messages and what people were saying, it was like the worst game in the history of the world. I mean, it couldn't be. We've been through many of these.
Yeah. It
Okay,
is-
from our
I think it was just this. This is the worst game for this team.
Yes.
Right? It's
From-
maybe a culmination of crap and right, like Denver. You had some bad games and it kind of led to that. Allie, is that what happened?
From our situation, I think, though, as hosts, those are easier to do because you could look at anything and just talk about it.
Yeah.
I thought the one that's really hard is the one that you did versus Atlanta.
Well, because you have something completely different ready to go.
Yeah.
You're about to talk about a win. And then to lose like they lost, it's very frustrating. You're also trying not to show too much anger, but everyone's disappointed and I know LeBron didn't want to call them miscues, but so whatever we want to call them. But Rob broke it down last night. His Access 360. I mean, I forgot how many mistakes they had at the end of that game.
Yeah.
And regulation
Mm-hmm.
and overtime. Should have never been there.
Yeah. Those are hard. Are we concerned about Austin? Missed his fifth straight?
I was, and then Mike Trudell brought up a good point. He said, well, let's see if he plays Friday. Because if you rest him Sunday against Portland, that gives him an extra 5 days to get ready between games.
I'm not concerned long term.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's hurt.
Yeah.
But he'll be back soon, right? I would think he's coming.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume within the next week he's back, but I thought he'd be sidelined no games because he kept playing.
Yeah.
And he's a tough kid. So for him to be out this many games, yeah, it's obviously something hurts.
Man, he's a big loss when he's not playing.
Yeah, they miss his energy. They miss his perimeter play.
Everything.
Yeah, he carries the threat of being a shooter, et cetera, et cetera.
So we've got, I'm just looking at this right now, until Christmas, 5 games left. You've got T-Wolves on Friday, Grizzlies home on Sunday. Then you got Kings, and then the Pistons.
Wow.
Right before Christmas.
Revenge game.
So another brutal stretch.
Yeah.
How is it supposed to get easier? It's not. That's tougher than it's been at
Yeah.
Minnesota.
I just saw Grizzlies
are
on
good
Sunday.
At Kings, at Kings.
By the way, Grizzlies are number 2. They're 9-1 in their last 10.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're playing
Memphis.
really well. They're rolling teams. Kings at Kings is tough, and they're just a tough matchup for us anyway.
Yep.
So that's not an easy game.
And then Christmas is Golden State.
Pistons, you got to win.
Yeah, you got to beat Pistons.
Yeah.
They will. Revenge game. They're on it.
I mean, if you're 3-2 in that, you're really happy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. B-More just brought up a good point. They're still just 17-8 on the season, the Memphis Grizzlies. So you're only 3 games behind them, which just continues to show how wide open the West continues to be.
So what are the Lakers right now? 13-11?
Mhm.
Okay, so we were talking about this last night, Allie, B-More and I. If you just take, and by the way, you're going to have, over a course of 82 games, you're going to have ones that slip away and all that stuff. And you're also going to steal some. So you hope it evens out. But in the first 22 games, 23 games, they had Atlanta game in Orlando. We're talking like already in hand, getting on the plane wins. Just take those 2.
Yeah. Reverse them.
Does 15-9, where are you mentally right now with the Lakers if you're 15?
Much better. Much
You're
better.
feeling much better.
Yeah.
You look you're above the line. So those two, but then it's what happened around those 2 games. I think that's the problem.
Well, I was the lucky guy who got to go in the locker room
Get blown out.
after the Orlando loss, after they missed all the free throws. That was not a good locker room. Probably one of the most angry locker rooms I've ever seen that early in the season. What was that, 15 games in at that point, 12 games in? But the West is so strong right now. Do you know the 4 play-in teams right now? The clusters, 7 through 10? Lakers, in no particular order. Minnesota, Phoenix, and Denver. Those are the 4 play-in teams right now.
The craziest stat out there was one Bergen gave me last night. Bergen, what are the Suns without KD? 1-9 without KD.
Huh.
I think that's
Maybe he should be the MVP.
That's freaking weird.
Yeah.
this is kind of overall, because if you look at the top teams in the West, you've got the Thunder, you've got the Grizzlies, you've got the Rockets, the Mavs at 4,
Denver.
Clippers
Clippers are still
Warriors, and then Clippers. I just think like you look at the top though of the West, and
You
you
see
can
the
kind of
theme,
say
right?
this about it's the kind of the transition of the league.
No, it's the youth.
Yeah.
They're now,
Houston.
these teams aren't where they used to be climbing.
Yeah.
And, the play-in. It's like you always thought the Pelicans were going to make that move.
Yeah.
Minnesota did make that move, but now they got to climb back up again because they moved some of their pieces. These guys, it's their league now.
So
It's
interesting.
how it's going to be.
Yeah. Houston, huge jump. Biggest surprise to me. I mean,
Now,
they
staying
are-
there is not always easy.
Right.
Right.
Longevity. Looks like OKC, the way they're built, they're there to stay, for a while.
Yeah.
Just like the Warriors were, just like the Lakers had been in the past. And, it's just when you're done it. When you
OKC
do it
still
right.
has draft picks, too. Bunch of draft picks coming up. It's crazy. I mean, they're going to be set
I mean,
for
Lakers have been,
life.
7th the last 2 years? I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's something. It means you're in it. It's not easy.
Nope.
So we talked about the next 5, and then obviously on Christmas you got the Warriors, you got the Kings again, and then you have the Cavs. They're no easy.
So is that the rest
Ride
of the
home
month?
on New Year's Eve.
Whoa.
That's to round out December. Having said that, let's talk a little stat you like, stat you don't like. We can talk about where that is right now, or even just after last night's win. In last night's win, you guys got a couple stats you like?
One I liked, really the last 2 games, AD 68 points.
Nice.
So he's back. He had a 38, then he had a 30. It had been a while since we'd seen a really good AD game. He had 38 against Atlanta, and that to me is like the disappointing part from a Lakers perspective. You had AD and LeBron, great games in Atlanta, and you still lose in overtime by 2, whatever it was. I mean, that game's a killer. That's a killer. Absolutely. But AD's back. That's kind of my stat that I like.
5th in total points.
I like what LeBron said
right now.
about just can't drown, right? You got to stay in it and afloat, and they've done that, by beating the teams that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
That's been huge in the past. I think when the Lakers have struggled, a couple years back, it was losing to those kind of teams. They don't lose to those teams anymore, which is awesome.
Now 10-1.
Yeah, they just
last
gotta
night.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, so when they're I just wanted to get back to what that first 14 games, that feeling you had watching them. You felt confident with them going against anybody. So I think they can get back to that.
How about a
Stat I like, Rui, plus 31 on Sunday
That was
night.
crazy.
Rui was awesome. We kind of thought without LeBron, without AR, he would get, he would eat a lot more, and he did. But it was just very active. What do you have? Four steals, maybe? Four steals?
4 steals. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Good job, Brew.
How about stats you don't like?
I got a big picture one. 27th in fast break points allowed.
I like that.
I mean, and AD kind of publicly said it a couple weeks ago. He said the book's out on us. We're just not getting back on defense. And I feel like that's hurting them a lot, the fast break defense. And a lot of, recently, a lot of points off turnovers too. So they're kind of one and the same. If you get a turnover, you're probably going to get a fast break, but it's got to get back on defense, Allie. I mean, that's what's hurting them now. It's not shooting. They're kind of middle of the pack in 3-point shooting. It's good. It's fine. It's gotten better with Dalton Connect. But you got to play. You got to get back on D for fast breaks. It's killing them.
5-8 on the road.
Ooh, is that what it
That's
is?
got to get better.
Yeesh.
4 of the next 6 are on the road.
Wow.
With conversely,
Again, if you get AR back and you get, I'd like to get Jackson Hayes back. That was a big loss too.
Just one of those
that
guys.
activity and
Right.
the
how about
bench,
Christian Wood?
helping
Yeah,
the bench.
How about Jared Vanderbilt?
Yeah, get some of those guys back.
Here's the thing. The truth of it is, obviously it presents more opportunities, these injuries, but guys like Max Christie and Gabe Vincent are playing well. That's great for the Lakers. Great for the Lakers moving forward, but you got to get your big rotational guys back for them to really make a run.
5-8 on the road, 8-3 at home, which is a good sign.
Love that.
Lakeshow fans, remember you can be a part of the show each week. Feel free to send us your questions and comments. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's around a bucket of brick. Welcome back to the Lakeshow podcast. If you're enjoying the show, you can check out more original podcasts from our Spectrum News journalists on the Spectrum News app. Just head to the podcast section to listen to the latest episodes. You can download the Spectrum News app on the App Store or Google Play. Time now for a round of bucket or brick, and we get things started with Quincy Oliveri's NBA debut versus the Blazers. And this one is strictly a bucket.
I like when the host answers the question.
Yep.
She's like, guys, yeah.
I was waiting
it's
for
a
you guys to
bucket.
bucket it.
Yeah, it's absolutely a bucket.
Thanks.
Bucket.
And his post-game interviews are
He's
just
fun.
gold. Absolute gold.
Aren't
Man,
I want to talk
I
pre-game.
love those kind of
postgame.
stories.
Youthful exuberance.
It's like I was telling Bergen, Arizona State in football. It's just like, the coach. I just love those kind of stories. It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have talked about it on any shows that I haven't been around, but also him getting the shoe deal with Steph Curry.
How awesome is that?
That is
Didn't
so
they meet
cool.
that night when he went made
That's
all those
in
buckets?
yeah.
That's just unbelievable.
So cool.
I feel like we played a part in that.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's on our air. How about that?
We had that.
Good job,
viral.
us.
All right, number 2, bucket or brick. Lakers should consider load management for LeBron.
I'm going to break it.
Yeah.
I think LeBron should consider a load manager for LeBron. It's entirely up to him. Let's see how he looks Friday, assuming he plays at Minnesota. Maybe this is like a little ticket to him staying fresh if he feels the need. And maybe the foot does hurt. Hopefully not too badly. But, I don't think the Lakers can determine that. But I think LeBron can determine it.
I agree with Prez on that one. I'm going to break it because I'm going to go with what load management is, right? If it's an injury and he's unable to play at a certain level, then yes, he should sit out because a healthy LeBron is the best LeBron. But it's tough to think about load management, especially with 2 games over the next 10 days. That is load management.
Mm-hmm.
He's away from the game. He's whatever. He can chill. He can rest. He can practice whatever. But he's not playing 38 minutes a night. So, but when the Lakers are playing and he's healthy, it's just more fun when he's out there and the team's better. And so I don't know. I can't really see him load managing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what they mean, but
Yeah. These guys need wins, too.
yeah, it's tough. But I'm okay if he takes nights off because I think he's earned that right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Had
no,
to
you're
throw
good.
that in there.
You're good. 1 year ago, the Lakers won the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament. Bucket or brick, are you still interested in the in-season tourney, even though the Lakers are out?
I'm going to brick it because they're out. And I just don't care as much. When they're in, I'm all in, and it's super fun. But I won't be like watching the championship. I mean, whatever championship game. I don't. Depending on what else is going on that night. Is it Saturday night or is that a Tuesday?
It's a Tuesday. Which
Okay,
is
a Tuesday
interesting.
night, then we'll probably be more dialed in for sure. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like follow it and be like, oh, let's go. Like, but I am curious. I'm curious, but
Yeah.
still gonna break it just because like it's just not as. Last year was a lot more fun being involved in it.
Yes. Yeah, brick. I'll watch the championship, but the quarters, the semis,
Yeah.
we'll be working. I think we have shows those nights, so yeah, I'll
What about Allie? I think you would bucket that.
No, not actually. I'm not interested at all.
I do want to see how
To be
everyone
honest.
acts though if they win and when they
Right.
win, and we got a bunch of crap for like Lakers
Raising the
played their
banner.
asses off and won it. I didn't. I mean, I thought that was awesome. So
yeah,
people just like to put us down when they can. But last year was super fun.
it was great.
They smashed
Fun ride.
everyone. It was great.
Wait,
They were
what did
playing
you just
so
say
well.
to start that comment? Your what? To start that comment, what did you say?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm
You're excited to see how.
how the team who wins it acts.
Yeah.
Or the
That's
crap.
where my
Do you know
brain
what I
went.
mean?
Like,
do
I'm not
they raise the
excited.
Are
banner?
they going to have, the league wants you to put up a little bit, like,
Yeah.
will they do that? And
What will their
they be
reaction
proud
be?
of their accomplishment? Because I think they will. They made money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, knocking the guys for wanting to win that is stupid. It's just being a hater.
Yeah.
Players and coaches.
Yeah,
Good
dude,
money.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I was
just don't-
trying to-
just because I don't, like, go jumping for joy over the tournament doesn't mean I don't appreciate them winning it.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it's Boston.
Yeah.
Are they in it? I assume they are.
Yeah. Boston, Atlanta, Knicks, Bucks,
No, Cleveland.
Orlando, Dallas,
That is
OKC,
really impressive. That's
Houston, and Golden State.
By the way, some heavy hitters in there.
Yeah.
Listen,
Allie
I
looked at her
like to remind
bracket.
everybody, those games count
yeah.
until the final.
They do.
Then it
Till
just
the final.
counts for the players because you're making the money and the coaches and everything, but like in the franchise. But like it doesn't count on your record. But those semifinals, quarterfinals count. And it's to me, that's important.
Yeah.
Win's a win.
Agreed. All right. This week marks the anniversary of the NBA's veto of the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers
does?
back in
Wow.
2011.
2011.
So, bucket or brick, CP's vetoed trade will always be a huge what if in Lakerland. Of course.
Bucket from 20.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it will always be a what if. It will always create anger and feelings. And
Yeah.
David Stern, he's no longer with us, but if he was, I'd go after him. Facts.
Yeah. Laker fans are not happy.
No,
that.
never will be.
No. Yeah. This is a
Dan,
bucket.
yeah, who was it? It was Cuban, Dan Gilbert, all the guys that
Dan Gilbert.
he was a big part of that. Cleveland owner at the time.
Yeah, what happened?
He was a big part of the whining.
He was.
He wrote the letter, or whatever. He was like,
We're a small market.
yeah, he was all
And-
upset about it.
I missed that.
Cuban and yeah, they were like the ones.
Yeah.
League on the home. Remember the league on the.
Wow.
That's why it was nixed, because had the Hornets owned the Hornets, the trade would have been allowed to go through. But because the NBA owned the Hornets.
Meanwhile, the Clippers traded for him the next day. With,
I know.
like,
I know. Yeah. Ridiculous.
Dan Gilbert's really good at writing letters.
People forget the fallout from that trade, too. Lamar Odom was not happy to be part of that trade.
Pau
Neither
was
was
never
Pau
happy
Gasol.
again.
Lamar got dealt within a week because he stopped showing up to
He never
to camp.
recovered. Yeah, it took it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a total salary dump. It was like Lamar for nobody.
By the way, it was a great trade at the time. Like that would have been
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool to see how that would have worked. Chris Paul, prime Chris Paul.
Yeah. He was so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You guys got your Christmas shopping done before we wrap
Actually,
this up?
yeah.
Before we put a bow on it?
Yeah.
No,
No?
have you got it done already? No,
I'm halfway.
really?
Yeah.
I think it's December.
When do you
9th.
start?
What's the date today?
December 9th.
Yeah,
You know, not close.
we got some work to do, kid.
You don't shop on Black Friday? I shopped a little for myself. Shopped a little for other people.
Not a big shopper, man.
Yeah.
Online?
Just a big standing around guy.
Just whatever you need.
Yeah, like when I was in New York, I just stood around in every shop. I'd find a little, if they have a little couch or a little place to sit, and I would just sit there, not say a word to anybody, and just be happy.
Wow.
Look at like all the games were on or whatever. Found looking, your red zone was on. I was having a great time. I walked 20,000 steps that day.
Do you have a roadie?
I didn't buy one thing.
You did that all completely
I didn't. Yeah.
not on adult beverages.
I actually bought this. This is one thing that actually this is a Christmas present from the kids. Oh no, I like to sauce it up. You know that. No, there was sauce involved, but I'm just saying, I just go stand there. Watch everybody. I'm standing in a Brandy Melville line. It's dumb. It makes no sense.
Dad, I can't believe you just knew that name.
Yeah,
I am very impressed with that.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
all those shops.
When you're in New York shops at this time of year, is there a little place for the adults to go have a little drink? There's bars in like the Nordstroms and the
inside the places
in the department stores. Really?
Not that I know of.
Really?
Yeah, they're not that wise yet.
God, they're missing out on such a big
They really
revenue
are.
stream.
did you stop by Louboutins?
But like you see another like dad, like there's just like a sign of respect to each other. Like, hey man, like you just give a look like
and he's
I know
sitting
what you're
there,
going
too.
through right now. Like I understand. Yeah.
Did you share a screen with a couple dads who were also kind of?
No. Don't share a screen with goofs.
Yeah.
Don't do it. No, just like to be by myself.
Do my own thing. I don't like people. All right.
Just telling the truth, Mamba.
You guys are amazing. Next time the Lakers play is until Friday. Got a couple Laker lists, though, coming up. Thanks to you for listening to the Lake Show podcast. If you like what you hear, leave us a rating or review on your favorite podcast app. We want to hear from you. We want you to share the podcast with your friends, family, and fellow Laker fans. So send this pod to someone who thinks, all I want for Christmas is you. By Mariah Carey. It's the greatest Christmas song of all time. I'm so mad that I just read that entire line.
Wow.
We want to hear from you. Send us your questions. Hit us up on X at Allie Clifton, Gator 3 and Mike _Bresnahan. Until next week. Did you know there's a new way to watch your favorite team, and it's available exclusively to Spectrum customers this season? You can watch Lakers games on Spectrum SportsNet Plus with the NBA app on us when you add internet and at least one mobile line. This offer is a slam dunk total value of $194.99. To learn more, head to spectrum.com/getlakers.